Imagine sitting in a stuffy lawyer's office, the kind that smells like old paper and broken promises, the man in the cheap suit, and starts reading your mother's last will and testament. You're 29 years old. You've spent the last decade being the responsible one, the strong one, the one who never asked for anything. And then you hear it. To my beloved daughter Emily, I leave the house, the savings, the jewelry, the everything, because she's always been my little princess. And to you, a $1 savings bond from when you were 5, and a note that says, "You never needed me anyway, you were always so independent." The room spins. Your spoiled younger sister, the one who could do no wrong, from across the table. Your mum isn't even cold in the ground yet, and she still found a way to slap you one final time. I was that daughter. My name is Ava. And this is the story of how I made them both regret ever underestimating me. Stick around, because the payback? It was nuclear. If you've ever been the family punching bag while your sibling got worshipped like a god, this one's for you. Smash that like button right now if you're ready for some ice-cold justice. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications. We drop new revenge stories every week. Let's dive in. I need you to understand how deep this went. Emily is 2 years younger than me. From the moment she came home from the hospital, pink and screaming, something shifted in our house. Mum looked at her like she'd hung the moon. Me? I was already big sister, helper. When I was 6 and Emily was 4, I got a bike for Christmas, second-hand, rusty chain. Emily cried because she didn't have one. By New Year's, she had a brand new pink Barbie bike with streamers, and mine mysteriously disappeared. Mum said I was too old for it anyway. That was the pattern. Emily got dance lessons, voice lessons, brand name clothes, endless praise. I got told to stop showing off when I brought home straight A's because it made Emily feel bad. If Emily threw a tantrum and broke something of mine, she's just expressing her emotions, Ava. Be the bigger person. If I cried because I was hurting, stop being so dramatic, you're embarrassing me. Mum's favourite line my entire childhood. Ava doesn't need help, she's my strong girl. Translation, I don't have to parent you, you'll survive. And I did survive. I worked 2 jobs through high school, paid for my own college application fees, my own phone, my own everything. Emily? Mum co-signed her credit cards at 18. By the time I was 22, I'd put myself through nursing school, moved out, and was killing it at the hospital. Emily? Still living at home at 27, finding herself, jumping from hobby to hobby on Mum's dime. Mum called Emily her baby bird. She called me the mule that carries the family. Yeah, she actually said that once, at Thanksgiving, out loud. Everyone laughed nervously. I just stared at my plate and felt something inside me crack a little more. Fast forward to last year. Mum got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Aggressive. Weeks, maybe months. Suddenly, I'm back in that house every day after 12-hour shifts, cooking, cleaning, managing meds, holding her hair while she vomited, sleeping on the couch so I could hear if she fell. Emily? She visited twice a week, cried prettily, posted sad selfies on Instagram with captions like, "Holding my rock, Mom, close during this hard time, #family first." Mum ate it up. The night before Mum slipped into the coma, she grabbed my hand. I thought finally, she was going to say thank you. Instead, she whispered, "Take care of Emily for me. Promise me. She's not as strong as you." I promised, because I'm an idiot. 3 weeks later, Mum dies. The funeral comes and goes. Emily plays the grieving daughter perfectly. Black designer dress, designer tears. Then the will reading. $1 savings bond for me. Everything, the paid-off house worth $620,000, $280,000 in savings and investments, Grandma's jewelry, even Mum's car, to Emily. The lawyer looked uncomfortable when he read the personal letter Mum left for me. Ava has always been independent and successful. She doesn't need my help like Emily does. Emily is my heart. I felt the room tilt. Emily actually patted my hand and whispered, "It's what Mum wanted. Don't make a scene." I didn't cry, not there. I waited until I got to my car, and then I screamed until my throat bled. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing Mum's voice. "You're the strong one. You don't need anything." And something in me snapped, not broke, snapped into perfect, sharp focus. If I was always the strong one, then I was going to be strong enough to burn the whole damn golden pedestal to the ground. The next morning, I started digging, quietly. First stop, Mum's safe deposit box key that she'd hidden in her bedside drawer for Emily. I used it. Inside, not just the jewelry, but folders, thick folders. Turned out Mum had been hiding a second life for almost 20 years. Remember how she always said Dad left because he couldn't handle responsibility? Lie. Dad didn't leave. Mum forced him out when Emily was 2 because she'd been having an affair with her boss, Richard, Emily's real biological father. There were paternity tests, love letters, bank statements showing she'd drained Dad's 401k to keep Richard happy. Dad tried to fight for custody of both of us, but Mum lied in court, said he was abusive. He lost everything and moved across the country just to escape her. There was even a letter from Dad begging Mum to let him see us, dated when I was 10. She never showed us. But the real bomb? Mum and Richard set up a secret trust fund in Emily's name, over $1.2 million, that was supposed to mature when Emily turned 30, next year. Mum never updated the will after Richard died 5 years ago. Legally, the money was Emily's. But Mum had been siphoning from it for years. Designer bags, vacations, Emily's failed boutique clothing line that lost $180,000. Embezzlement, tax fraud, wire fraud, identity theft. She'd opened credit cards in Emily's name too. All documented, all in the box. I photographed everything. Then I called the one person who hated Mum almost as much as I was starting to. My Aunt Linda, Mum's older sister. Aunt Linda had her own horror stories. She'd lent Mum $90,000 over the years, for the girls, that was never repaid. I showed her the photos. She didn't even blink. She said, "Let's end this." Phase 1. I hired the most shark-like forensic accountant money could buy, with the overtime I'd been saving for a house that never came. He confirmed everything. Worse, Mum had committed life insurance fraud too, took out a $500,000 policy on herself, naming Emily beneficiary, but never disclosed her cancer diagnosis, felony. Phase 2. I contacted Dad. He cried when he heard my voice. I flew him in secretly. Phase 3. I waited until Emily's 29th birthday party, the one she threw herself in Mum's house, now her house, invited 80 people, wore a white dress like it was her wedding. She posted everywhere. New chapter, new queen of the castle, #blessed, #Mom would be proud. I showed up uninvited, wearing black, carrying a thick manila envelope. Everyone's laughing, champagne flowing. I walk straight to the middle of the living room, clink a glass. Hi everyone. Most of you knew my mum. Many of you watched her treat me like the family ATM, while Emily got the red carpet treatment. Today, I brought receipts. Emily's face went white. I started projecting the documents on the TV. Paternity test. Richard is 99.99% the father. Bank records, hundreds of thousands missing. Credit cards in Emily's name, $87,000 debt she didn't know about, insurance fraud paperwork. The room went dead silent. Emily started screaming that it was all lies, forged, I was jealous. Then the doorbell rang. 2 detectives and a fraud investigator from the insurance company. I may have anonymously tipped them. Emily tried to run. They cuffed her in the foyer, still in her white birthday crown. The house went into forfeiture because it was purchased partly with embezzled funds. The trust fund? Frozen. IRS seized most of it for back taxes Mum never paid. Emily's left with $11,000 in her checking account, $87,000 in secret debt, and 3 felony charges. She took a plea deal, 18 months prison, 10 years probation, full restitution. Aunt Linda sued the estate and won the jewellery. Dad sued for back child support with 20 years interest, won $340,000. Me? I didn't take a cent. I didn't need to. I bought my own house. Bigger, better zip code. Cash. From the overtime they always mocked me for working. Emily got out last month. Lives in a studio, works retail. Still calls me crying sometimes, asking for help. I let it go to voicemail. Last week she messaged, "You're my sister. Mum would want you to forgive me." I replied with one text. Mum's exact words the night before she died were, "Take care of Emily. She's not as strong as you." I am taking care of you, Emily. I'm making sure you finally learn exactly how strong a person has to be when nobody ever helps them. Consider this your inheritance. Then I blocked her. Sometimes justice doesn't roar. Sometimes it just quietly removes the pedestal and watches the golden child fall. I don't hate Emily anymore. I don't even hate Mum. I just finally stopped carrying them. And let me tell you, the view from up here, without their weight on my back, it's beautiful. If this story made your blood boil and then gave you chills of satisfaction, you know what to do. Drop a like, comment the word strong if you've ever been the family mule, and tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest or most epic revenge you've ever pulled on a golden child or toxic parent? Subscribe and hit the bell. See you in the next one.